Guten Morgen, everybody. Welcome back. Yes, we will have to listen to this shit accent of mine some more because, I think I saw one of the characters in this case is that same Von Karma? I may have read wrong though, I'm not sure. What's going on, buddy? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Huh? I feel like Miles is like... kind of reminds me of... I don't know how to say it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial that ended last year. You turn this off, man. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Isn't that the thing from the second case? Chief Prosecutor Sky. Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right. I remember. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? What is that sprite? That looks so weird. She stabbed him with my knife. What? What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was a murder weapon? To be specific, it was a knife I kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Yes, I totally keep knives in my car. Definitely. Because what's a toolbox without a big butcher knife? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. It's a little joke. Calm yourself. Calm yourself. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I was about to say, why am I showing this to him? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. Okay, buddy. Well, thanks for the knife evidence, I guess. I will be going now. I think anyway, right? Or no? No, there's something more to do there? Okay, what else is there to do here? What? Examine as much as you can? Okay, fine. Fine. That's a samurai costume. My. What an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. That's not what I clicked on. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? And beside, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Who the fuck's Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiance? That Wendy? Oh no. I don't think so. Oh no. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Haha. Yeah, weird. Yeah, no. A bunch of edges. Funny. So funny, I get it.
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket. I've never seen him wear it. It's because he's lost every single case against me.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture.
How is that naughty? How the fuck is that naughty? What?
Cute! What a pretty tea set.
I go more for the instant tea bags myself.
Amazing. The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit too far, I'd say. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
So this is all cases from the original game, I guess, that we played.
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Yeah, he will sue you. Edgeworth don't give a fuck.
These are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder.
Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights.
He must have someone get them for him.
Of course.
He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool.
You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Oh, Edgeworth. Yeah, Edgeworth's kind of a... I don't know. It's kind of a silly Billy sometimes. Hiding behind that facade of his.
Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa.
Sofas like this make you want to curl up and take a nap.
I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow.
Yeah, this is kind of creepy actually.
I bet in the morning he has sofa hair, and little creases in his cheek from the seams. He's so cool.
Sofa hair is cool? Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I've been wondering, what the hell is this?
It has a big K on it.
Prosecutors. Eh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of Prosecutors?
It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. So that K, that's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing.
King of Prosecutors? Kinda like Employee of the Month, only better.
King of Prosecutors, that's not totally fucking lame or anything. Yeah, that's really cool, Edgeworth. That's really cool, man. So basically this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty.
Huh? Why's that?
I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah.
I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken?
What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right.
Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday.
Come on. Let's get this going already. Too much talking at you, boy. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office.
Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. Oh my god, my mic's way too loud again, I just realized. Fuck, what does that, man? Something does that, it's really annoying. Fucking cunty thing. Like, what's boosting that so much? Holy shit. Cringe as hell. Okay, good.
Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words.
Oh, and another thing. The ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got The Shield. Isn't that the name of the TV show, The Shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got here back at 5:12. That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Entered lot at 5:12 p.m. This is the parking stuff from the underground lot. I see.
So the murder happened right after you got back.
What's right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. The fuck is this? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it?
I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir. I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month.
Wah, wah.
But sir, I didn't know. Is he holding... He's holding like a little... thingy. One of those like little luck charms. Yes, sir. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Let's see what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Okay, that was successful, Kappa. Not really at all. Have we actually even been here? We've been to the criminal affairs department, right?
We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. Taxi in Tokyo, bro? Holy shit, you're paying a fortune. Hold on, what's that?
Cute little mascot.
Where they added animations to the game?
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the cops. Still, he does seem familiar, somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? But, well... Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Oh, Gumshoe. I worry about you sometimes, my friends. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office, and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well... no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lena Sky's sister. Whoa. The chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days. Because we're all really scummy, and we don't need no news or internal affairs coming down in us.
So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We've never had the chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people have been led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guys in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall?
Oh, that cowboy guy, huh? A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Got some evidence for you there, Gumshoe. Let me take a look at some of this stuff, huh? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake.
But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Whoa, 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 now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. Yeah, I was about to... Yeah, Gumshoe. That IQ of yours is dropping every case, man.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, can you please tell us more? So this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Very good question. Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the cop department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there, to the parking lot. Dun, 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 dun. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
Got anything to say about this? Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. Who was your opponent, a goat?
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. It makes sense, right? Because, like, a defendant would have a shield. So you're breaking through the shield as a prosecutor. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Okay, I think that's enough information. That is plenty. He's in a tough spot again. What do you mean again? Don't you remember Phoenix? It was like 2 days ago, bro. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal. There've always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there was always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
People don't need evidence. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself.
Nani?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Gotta bite the bullet sometimes. True.
Dun, 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 dun.
He's not here anymore. I see. I think you get lunch boxes for showing her stuff? Or something? Okay, is there anything else I need to show you? I don't think so. It's different music with Emma, by the way. Also, is Emma very tall? Or like, what's going on here? Why am I so short? Okay, what do I gotta do now? Examine the mascot. Edgeworth knife, talk to the moved underground parking lot. Letter of introduction? Where do we get a letter of introduction?
I was wondering about that,
What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the battery dies.
Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance until he drops.
That is kind of fucked up, isn't it? And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Gumshoe? We met the guy who is, what was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He is appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. From West LA? What? For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Where does Phoenix Wright... Where does this game take place? What the fuck? Ace Attorney... takes place where? The hell? Los Angeles? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, it is. Yeah, it totally is. Yeah, that makes sense now. That makes sense why there's a... that Global Studios is there. And Gatewater and stuff, yeah. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Interesting. I never knew that. Okay, cool. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Just act like I'm supposed to be there, huh? Okay.
Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too.
Got a boyfriend everywhere. This bitch is a hoe. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. What are you drinking, bro? And stop. Like, you got like the quickest shaven beard ever? Quickest growing beard ever? Alright, bucko. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cow dog? He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think you just miswrote it. No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
This guy's a patrolman?
Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Manifest destiny? I feel like that would piss a lot of people off if you said that.
Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Got some questions for you, Marshal. Could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy here there? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The Smiling Madonna told me the tale. The Smiling Madonna? One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambino. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here? To this parking lot?
So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't mean any offense, but... You're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. So this shit does take place in America. But it's just very Japanese. I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really?
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old co-dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just you don't realize yet. The fuck? Kick out the investigation. I feel like they're gonna try and pin this on Edgeworth again. I'm not sure why, but... Alright, let me take a look at this here car. This appears to be the car where the body was found.
The crime took...
Wait, how do I do this again? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
Quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn.
Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Why do lawyers get paid so much? It's fucking dumb. It's like ridiculous, I think. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
Six 7S 12-2.
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self. For deductive reasonings, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
What's that say upside down? SL9? SL9 212? It's probably one of these things where it's backwards. B block is through there. That's where visitors park.
I can see the luncheon car over there, far in the distance.
Yeah, you're right. I like the cute design on the door.
Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy?
Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Just don't think too deeply about it. This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else who could belong to.
Amazing scientific deduction. Really top tier stuff.
Okay, Mr. Phone. I will take a look at you now.
Yes, as I expected. It is a phone. Looks like my old Sony Ericsson from 2005.
This phone's still on the redial screen. Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were super old a boomer. It's just you never know with people from your generation.
It's fucking A. Isn't she like, how old is she? She's like 17.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes the button. Hey, that song. I know that.
Hey, what's going on over there? Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah.
Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky.
It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. The last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call?
Ghostbuster. No, I'm kidding.
No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those new fangled ringtones. Oh? That? Oh, I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Yeah, they shoot you for anything in Texas. You burn a pork chop wrong, they shoot you for it. Last call made at 5:18. Interesting.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall?
Yeah, Bambina?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Yeah, this is scuffed, man. This whole investigation is scuffed. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? There are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you found one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lena Sky.
My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. See, I think there actually is some... The whole, like, where there's smoke, there's fire. I think there's some resemblance to that in a way, but only to a certain degree. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it.
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lena's confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
By the way, Emma?
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings. Oh, she called you. It's a Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. Do I believe that, though? Don't know if I believe it. I am skeptical. Well, we are on day 1 of 4, so... Wouldn't surprise me all that too much.
Bang, 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 bang.
Imagine my save got, like, corrupted here. That'd be pretty sad. That's a very bad habit of mine, not making multiple saves.
How did the investigation go? How did the investigation go? No.
How do I do this again?
How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their clients. The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. You remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is... you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Bonne chance. Ah, such a nice language. She looks very similar, wouldn't you say? Don't you think Mia and Lena, Emma and Maya look very similar? She's even got that same kind of like you know, smug look and everything.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Elena Sky. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Elena Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Miss Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness Miss Angel Star to the stand. Sounds like a porn star name. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar? I've never eaten caviar before.
And for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession?
And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Yeah, what the hell does fucking name, profession, now?
Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Star was a detective?
Aha! I know who you are. Cough up?
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. The fuck is Cough Up Queen? Like, it literally sounds like a porno.
If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness. An arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
How can somebody explain the crime if you're the prime witness? Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. What are you two, like, working together?
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing the lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, cross-examine I will. Cross-examine I will. How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they're used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Doesn't she hate prosecutors?
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a prose, you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. This boyfriend, he's the detective?
Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thank you.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
Listen, the judge is a little bit of a coomer, as shown in cases past.
The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed a crime?
You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then I must be hard-yellowed and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lots I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
By garish car, you mean...
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was. I gotta say, the side views of Edgeworth and Phoenix are not that appealing. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself, in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me.
I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
Nice, I guess. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Yeah, that ain't looking so good, huh? So what was the defendant doing at the time?
The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? Yeah, some people are like that, where if somebody's not doing well, they actually excel. How did you know? Oh wait, I already did this, okay, never mind. I already did that one. Forget it, forget it. Wait a second, what the photo? There's no knife in her hand in this photo. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife?
As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ahem. Miss Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What the fuck? What do you mean, Miss Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Probably the blood on her coat. Even I knew that. Alrighty guys, we'll call it quits here, ending a few minutes early, but I gotta do some stuff. Anyway, shall see you for the next one. Bye bye.